My name is Carly, and today I'm going to be talking about what it means to have Uranus in the first house. So, if you don't know where Uranus is in your chart, you can go to a free website and look up a chart such as Astrological or Cafe Astrology, um, and just take a look at the chart and see where Uranus falls. So if it falls in the first house, this video is for you. So of course the sign that Uranus is in and the aspects make a huge difference in the chart, so that'll bring out different parts of your personality. But today I'm just going to be talking about what it means to have Uranus in the first. So in general, what that can manifest is someone who is very well, they love their freedom. They can be rebels at times. They go their own way in life, and it's unique and it's all their own. And these people are truly trailblazers for the future generations. So you could be someone who has just these intuitive epiphanies that come out of nowhere. It's just like a lightning bolt comes in quick. And you have to make sure that you keep a journal with you or something where you can write these epiphanies down in. Just because most of the time you can be randomly thinking of something and it'll happen in the future. And if it doesn't happen in your lifetime, it will most likely happen down the line, 50 years from now or more. So you can have these visions or epiphanies of something futuristic. And so I definitely recommend writing that down when that happens. Let's see. Definitely this brings a lifetime of abrupt changes into your life. So life will just be going a certain way, and all of a sudden there's a big something out of nowhere, something unexpected can happen or unusual can happen to you, or just a situation that you're in and just it kind of like falls apart, but then something new happens, something new comes. So it's a lifetime of that, going through those situations where life is one way and then all of a sudden it flips upside down and it's an entirely different way. And you have to work with that energy. So instead of waiting for life to do that and kind of flip you upside down and swirl you around, just make sure that you keep up with just changes and bringing in new things into your life. Or if you're craving something new for a long time or just craving a change of some kind, just try to do it on a physical level, because the first house is your physical appearance and your personality. And it'd be good if you can just, whatever, get a new hair color, or if you're into tattoos, get a tattoo, or do something, or change. That's something that you can go through as well, is just like wearing clothes a lot of the times that are just unique in some way and original. So you can go shopping or something and buy yourself something different, and something that you might not be used to wearing would be good. Just so you're keeping the flow of change in your life, because it's inevitable. It's going to be a lifetime of these changes coming your way. It's never going to be boring. So just keep up with it in that way. You can also be creative, and again, with that futuristic mindset, you can think of trends, or even have a trend yourself that is ahead of your time in some way, and then you'll realize that other people are starting to jump on the wagon of this trend that you've been doing for years, but and it wasn't that cool, but then all of a sudden people are doing that. I'm just thinking of one of my friends who has this placement, and she would make, years and years and years ago, she would always make these feather earrings, and it was way before the time that feather earrings were in. And all of a sudden, I think it was like, I don't know, 3 years after that, everyone was wearing feather earrings all the time. And that's just like a little example, but it's things like that that you just kind of have this future mind, and you'll do it ahead of time, or you'll think of it ahead of time even if you're not doing it. And then all of a sudden everyone's wearing their hair like that, or wearing that style clothes. So also with this energy in the first house, you can have, unfortunately, this isn't the fun side, but it can be like electrical equipment can kind of suddenly break down or not work, because it's Uranus energy, and so it's very electrical. So it can be your phone all of a sudden stops working, or it's just tweaking and no one can figure out why it's doing what it's doing, or a computer, just electronics in general. Also, electronics, when you're around electronics, it can, sometimes the battery can start to drain out a little bit quicker with that energy, which is odd, but it definitely happens. And your battery to your phone can die a lot quicker than other people's. So carry a charger around with you. So you're the trendsetters, kind of, or the trailblazers for the new world, the future of the world. So just remember that you can have these sudden epiphanies come out of nowhere. Make sure you write them down, and you're going to go through a lifetime of self-discovery. And sometimes the way you look at something in your life is going to flip upside down, and you're going to have to look at something in a whole new way that you hadn't seen it that way before. So work with that energy and embrace it, really, to flip your perspective. I'd say if you're really strong-willed, sometimes people are really strong-willed and they won't budge, and they're very rebellious with this energy, which is great. Just know when it's a little out of balance and it's a little too much. So soften a little bit around that, because we can all get out of balance in certain ways. But it is also your gifts, because you can use that energy to look at the world differently and say, you can see situations in the world and say, no, that's not okay, and I'm going to speak up for it, which is a great, we need you to do that. So you're going to have a pretty eventful life. You're going to have lots of changes throughout your life, so embrace those lifelong changes and work with it in a positive way. And so thank you for listening.